Gary's got somebody trapped in the closet in his house.
Yes, I do. Get back in the closet. Hey, welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary.
And I'm David. And today we're going to talk about...
Today we're going to talk about Executive Order 13848.
Because I know you've been sitting around awake at night wondering about Executive Order 13438, wondering, wow, that executive order. Wow.
You remember when we were little and Dad would sit down and he would read us stories before bedtime, and he'd read about Executive Order 13848?
Well, that would be amazing since that one didn't actually go into effect until 2018. So,
well, yeah, that too. But he used to tell us, he used to read executive orders to us. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Executive Order 13848,
and we don't know why you wouldn't be familiar with it.
It rolls off the tongue like, it's like Hansel and Gretel and Alice in Wonderland, right? It just goes together. But Executive Order 13848, also known as PEADS, P-E-A-D-S, is an executive order that your favorite president and mine, Donald J. Trump, passed in 2018. So, as you know, Donald Trump's been beating the election interference drums since 2016 and blah, blah, blah. Well, in his wisdom, he passed an executive order that basically requires the government to assess an election result within 45 days of the election, and then provide to the is it the Director of Homeland Security, Dave? It was the Attorney General, Secretary of Homeland Security, a report within 45 days of the election with their assessment if there was any foreign government involvement or an agent, either from a foreign government or acting on behalf of a foreign government to basically interfere with the free and fair election in the United States. And so within 45 days, an assessment has to be created by the Director of Intelligence, National Intelligence, with the heads of any other appropriate executive departments and agencies. And then 45 days after that assessment has been done, which is coming up this Friday, the 20th, is the 45th day, then the Attorney General and Secretary of Homeland Security have another 45 days to assess and evaluate what this is, and then brief the President of the United States, and then discuss next steps, which include a whole bunch of sanctions at a minimum.
Right.
So,
is this another thing that could give you hope or false hope, as the case may be?
Exactly.
With the election.
It's we're coming up on today is Saturday, December the 14th, and right now we're not hearing a whole lot coming out from the White House as far as investigating the election, and it's a little depressing, and I'm feeling a little bit down. And Dave and I were talking before we went on air, which is the one thing we don't want to do is throw any false hope out there. I mean, if we have to accept that DJT is coming back for a second round, we got to put on our big boy and big girl underpants and do the best we can to survive it. However, having said that, when you see something like this, it's just like, okay, this is probably the best opportunity that we have as a nation to address, identify this and address it. So someone has to actually look. So that's encouraging. And if they look and they find something, they have to put an assessment and brief. Ultimately, it gets briefed to the president. So I know Libby did a reading on this. I think it came out on Thursday. So take a look at that. I kind of listened to it. I was doing something else at the same time. So I don't really remember what her results were. So it'd be very interesting to see how our results end up, and then we could go back and watch Libby's and see what we did wrong.
Exactly.
So for entertainment purposes only, will the assessment that comes from this PEADS Act, also known as Executive Order 13848, I think that's the right one.
Well, PEADS is like a blanket statement for Presidential Emergency something or another act, and this executive order is under that category of presidential emergency orders.
Yeah, the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. So will the assessment identify election interference by third parties, by other nations? So for entertainment purposes only, make sure I got it at the upright position. Okay, foundation of the reading is the judgment card. Okay, that's a pretty strong card to start this.
Always started with a good major arcana and judgment, no less.
Indeed. So you know what? The assessment is going to be blowing the horn, and it's time for people to stand up and take notice. Now, the Democrats have been very vocal about how the election is free and fair. They all seem to be rolling over. If this assessment shows something otherwise, it's time for them to stand up and say, what do we really believe in?
Oh, we had no idea. Maybe we should investigate this further.
Yeah,
given statements of Gavin Newsom, Barack Obama, Hakeem Jeffries even recently had one the other day that again, false hope versus hope. The hope says they're paving the way, and you could be overreading into it. Hakeem Jeffries basically said, okay, these two swing states, sure, but then he started with North Carolina and went down the list. And the topic was, are the Democrats really out of step? Are they really, being chased down by folks? And he's saying, in North Carolina, we won the governor, the lieutenant governor, the attorney general, the assembly or something like that. Yet we lost the presidency. It's like Donald Trump won the presidency, but we won all these. And then he went swing state by swing state for the next 5 and pointed out all these victories that the Democrats had. And every time he said, but Donald Trump won the presidency, we're not debating that. We're just saying this, and this. It's like, it doesn't seem like we're out of step. And you could just say, oh, well, he was just talking about the Democratic message being what it is and Donald Trump's the anomaly. Or he could just be pointing out yet again, planting that seed of doubt. It's like, yeah, how is it that we won all these things from the top of the bottom of the ticket, but Trump won the presidency?
Yeah.
Carry on with your
yes.
Just want to throw that in there.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so what the message is going to cause some people to stand up. So it's either our elected Democratic politicians need to stand up and see what really happened, or maybe it's us, we need to stand up and see that nothing really happened. Okay, so challenge is Ace of Wands, taking an action. Once again, if there's something on that assessment, that is the challenge, is how do we address this?
What do you do with it when you find it?
Yeah. How do we move forward? And that's been very consistent whenever we read on this, is Biden's challenge is, how do we move forward, messaging and action wise? Underneath it is the 3 of Cups. This is, to me, has been the Republican celebrating victory card. I keep thinking it was Kamala Harris and women voters, but every time I've thrown it, it turns out it was Republicans celebrating their victory. And
I still think it's Kamala Harris and the Democrats celebrating their victory.
Yeah, so I'm going with it that this is, underneath it, the energy underneath it is that the Republicans keep celebrating their victory because they feel like no one's watching.
Yeah.
If something happened, they're having their little victory party, but it seems like even the victory party is somewhat subdued. It's not so in your face as it was in 2016. In the past was a 7.
Everybody steals, right?
Oh, these were how many swing states? There's 7 swing states, aren't there?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, because Hakeem Jeffries said there's 6 swing states if you ignore Georgia, because Georgia didn't have any down ballot elections. They didn't have any senators or anything coming up for election. So, So Seven of Swords, making off with the goods while no one's paying attention.
Yep.
I wonder what that could possibly mean.
I suppose
I suppose it could be stealing an election or interfering with an election. That's some people can interpret it like that. Current energy is the Nine of Pentacles. This has also been a Kamala Harris card. Let me see if I can break away from my stereotypes. What this could be is that, this is democracy, Lady Liberty, the things of value in the United States. And what makes the United States unique and special and prosperous is free and fair elections. That we know that we go to the ballots, we vote, and our voices are heard. We also value a democracy, which is at risk as well, quite frankly. Overarching energy is the Sun card. Man, Dave, these are great cards. Mm-hmm. The truth is going to come out. The truth is going to shine on this. The truth needs to be said. Now, I'm going with the assumption that there might have been something going on that the light needs to be shown on. It could also just be nothing went on, and you guys just need to deal with it. So far, so good. Lesson to be learned. Ace of Pentacles. It's about valuing things. Value your vote. Value your democracy. It's time. It's a new beginning to value what's going on here. All right. Outcome. Magician. Manifesting things. The magician has everything. They've got the action. They've got the emotion. They've got the things of value, and they've got the swords. Sword of judgment, swords of truth. The outcome is the magician manifesting something. You'd almost like to see the Fool card there, because it definitely would be a new journey. It could be manifesting a new election. It could be manifesting new results. What do you think?
I see Nine of Coins as being the American oligarchs wanting to steal the election.
That could be.
And
look how much money I got.
Well, and now they're paying, they've done their job. They're going to collect their rewards, and the election itself was an illusion. While they're celebrating their victory, watching Elon Musk running around act like he's the president of the country, probably because he is. He bought it. But then you layer it with what you've got. Your reading would be more representative of, the bottom 90% of this country. That's, hey, wait a minute. If we push back, maybe we get what's rightfully ours. The Democrat, with those two aces, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Coins, there's a lot of opportunity. There's an idea and opportunities.
Yeah.
Will they take them? Yeah. And that's where it gets frustrating with the false hope. False hope is just another word for free will. Free will that didn't go the way we wanted free will to go. If Joe Biden digs his heels in and says, oh, hell no, this thing was stolen, and I'm going to investigate the living bejesus out of it, that's a free will choice, and we'd be celebrating right now because it looks like something's getting done.
Yeah.
He could also have all this information and free will to say, I'm just going to roll over and die and let this happen. Does that mean the election wasn't stolen? No, it doesn't mean that at all. It just means the person or people that had the ability to do something about it chose a certain path.
I saw an interesting article, and I wasn't reading the whole thing, but it was just kind of, it might have been on Blue Sky, actually, which Dave and I are now on, by the way, not to do a shameless plug, but
it's our channel.
I was never on Twitter or any of these other I don't even know what you call it.
Social media platforms.
Yeah, but Blue Sky we're both on now. It seems to kind of be taking the place of Twitter. The people that are leaving Twitter now seem to be going to Blue Sky. So check us out there. I posted stuff from our trip to London on there. Dave's got some stuff. I know some of our videos have posted up there. But what I saw on Blue Sky was someone was pointing out that this Luigi Mangione,
Uh-huh.
shot the CEO of United, shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare,
Allegedly.
allegedly. He's kind of become a meme, and what he did, of course, is not right. But the reason why people are making him a meme and like setting up GoFundMe is because finally somebody fought back. It was the thought, and it's just like, people keep waiting for someone to fight back, and that may be part of why Trump's popularity is, because he claims he's fighting back, and that he's fighting for you. I know on the Democrat side, we're looking for someone to fight for us. We got Kamala Harris saying, if we fight, we win, but we're not seeing anyone fighting for us. And that's what we need to see, is someone taking a stand and saying, no, enough. Give us something to root for. Do you want to do another reading on this?
Yeah, I'm going to find out, is Biden going to actually do something with this?
Yay!
Will there be a report turned into Biden? Will Biden do anything with it?
Yeah, fight for us, please. Let's make the screen big so we can see that card.
Let's see. How do I mute you? There we go. The sweet sound of silence. And he can't unmute himself. Oh, wait, there he is.
Yay, I'm back.
Yeah. You have to give me a half a second to do the controls there,
Well, sometimes you get so excited about the reading, you forget to make yourself big. And I want everyone to see those beautiful stones that you have.
Absolutely. They can see him on a smaller screen. Okay, is Biden going to do
one of the commenters said that they had a soda light and they wanted to know if that was one of the stones you had. And I remember that name. So
that one right there. Right, Biden. There he is, sitting there, waiting. He's the king. The king makes the rules. Is he going to be a dictator? Is he going to step down? Jeez. And the would-be king. How funny. You've got leadership, and then you've got like the poser leadership. You know what I mean? You've got somebody who officially leads the country, and then you've got your Elon Musks and your oligarchs that have all this power, and they act like de facto lords of the land. This also hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. Here's Biden. Here's the challenge: is that you've got what is like ideal Americana, and how do you deal with it? Two of Wands underneath, planning. What's his next steps here? In the past, Queen of Pentacles. Right now he's contemplating the values of America and the values of the American vote, the ideals that maybe he grew up with, that practicality that's not there anymore. Biden's past is a myth, and he now is basically wide awake in the current reality of this country. Is he going to do anything with this? Current situation is the Seven of Wands. Information's coming in, actionable information's coming in, and it's actionable to the point where he actually has the advantage. If he wanted to do something with it, he would be able to make progress and not be defeated straight out the gate. He would actually be beating things back. How do you send it? But if he does this, how do you message it? Biden's at least aware of the PR campaign that needs to happen with this. I think he knows he's got the goods to fight with, but you have to explain why the fight's even there. Lesson to be learned is the government, the Hierophant, big organizations here. Could even be democracy if you want to go really hyperbolic with it. Just what's he going to do? It impacts the government, impacts the elections.
I kind of see that as the executive branch talking to the Senate and the House.
It could be if you've got these as Congress. Outcome is the Tower card, bringing it all crashing down. Now, one clarifier, the Hermit card. Yeah, that's pretty much his anxiety with this report. I think this report's going to tell him everything he needs to know. Is his concern is if he reveals this, will the country come crashing down? Is he going to lead to the downfall of the country, or is he going to lead to the downfall of an election that was tampered with. Now again, entertainment purposes only, we say allegedly tampered with. Dude, any reasonable person can look at this election and say things don't seem right. They just don't seem right with it. And maybe we're not better than that as a society, but things don't seem right with this election.
Some things definitely changed in this. I mean, the bullet ballots is one of the most obvious things that changed.
I only vote for Trump and nobody else.
Yeah, I think I have a theory what happened with that. Is because remember when Musk was offering his $1 million lottery, all you had to do was sign a petition supporting the First and Second Amendments, freedom of speech and gun rights. And I think what he was doing was he was gathering metadata on unlikely voters that would be leaning towards Trump. And then he had a follow-up action plan where people followed up with those people and said, hey, how would you like to vote for Trump? And we can make it easy for you. And then they used the metadata that they did for this winning the $1 million lottery, and they created bullet ballots with that metadata.
I don't know. That's risky because then you have double voting going on there if somebody shows up.
Potentially double voting, or you could just say, you don't even need to go to the polls now. We're going to vote for Donald Trump if you do this.
There's no way that would happen because it's way too obvious in as much as Ben Meiselas has he signs up for the Donald Trump newsletter, so you don't have to. So he could just easily sign that thing. You would expect him to get a call saying, "Hey, don't bother voting." You think he wouldn't share that with everybody on the planet?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't know what the questions might have been on that sign up for this $1 million lottery if you support the First Amendment.
I like the idea better that somebody messed with the algorithm and took the machine data and massaged it a little bit to something more acceptable.
It's entirely possible.
But I don't know what the bullet ballots are all about, and I'm sure that will be something that's looked at.
Well, I'm sure the Democrats are looking at it because, you went from like 0.5% to like 7 to 10% of the ballots started becoming bullet ballots. Yeah. And you're talking thousands and thousands of votes.
And that's one of the things that election folks that study elections and election interference are raising red flags on, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, at a minimum, there could be chain of custody issues because they're throwing out ballots if you don't have the right date or you didn't include a date. So, these bullet ballots, unless they followed the procedures perfectly, I would think you'd be able to challenge them. But we'll see what happens.
All right. Anything else you want to throw on this one?
I think that's good enough here.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll see. You got a week. Well, I guess this is going to go up on Sunday, the 15th.
Yep.
You have until the 20th. You got until Friday for things to change.
You have to have that report in Biden's hands no later, or the director of Homeland Security, no later than Friday. So it might be there already, but they have until Friday to turn it in. Okay. So thank you for watching. If you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to be woken up at midnight Pacific time, because we put a new video every day. And we offer you something no other Twin Tarot channel offers you. A
muting of your annoying brother?
They offer that too. But we also offer the secret card, which we forgot to do on a couple of videos last week, and it was pointed out to me that there was no secret card. So today's secret card is...
You better move fast.
Yeah, the old 8 of Wands there. So there's some messaging that's going to come out, and it's going to come out fast. So let's see what happens.
This is the week. This is the make or break week, folks. Hopefully you get an early Christmas present.
Yeah, amen, brother. All right, folks. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Take care. We'll catch you on the next video.
Bye.